Hey everyone, in this video I will be showing you how to use OpenAI API with JavaScript Node.js and also send the prompt from Postman and create a REST endpoint using Express. So let's get started. So for this you must have an OpenAI account or ChatGPT account. So just Google OpenAI API, select this and make sure that you are already signing in, and OpenAI API is paid, so make sure that you are also having the credits required. And here we will be having this text and prompting. Select it, and as you can see we will be having the sample code. So I guess by default it will be in Python. Just change this to JavaScript and we'll be having this boilerplate code for Node.js or JavaScript. Just copy this and now go to your editor of your choice. I'm using Visual Studio Code, and create a new file. Let me name it as new.js and just paste the code. So for this we'll be requiring two packages. One is Express as well as OpenAI. So it's going to be npm I OpenAI space Express and hit enter, and we'll be passing the OpenAI API key inside this. So here you can see we are having OpenAI. Just hit a enter and curly bracket, and within this it's going to be API with a capital K key, colon and double quotes, and inside this we need to pass our OpenAI API key. If you want to have an environment variable and store it there and access it, you can absolutely do that also. So to get the API key, here you'll be having your profile. Select this and click on your profile option and select API keys. Just click on create new secret key. You can name it anything. Select the project, create secret key. Copy this and click on done. If you want to delete it, you can delete it anytime, and just go and paste it. So pretty much simple code. We're just importing this OpenAI function from here, and we're assigning it to a variable, passing the secret key over here, and then here we are specifying the model. I'll just change the model because this is using the GPT 4.1 model, which is the latest model, and this is the response that we are getting. Here we are passing the input prompt, and this is from user, which is us, and I'm just saying one line story, and we are getting the response in this completion variable, and we're just destructuring it and getting the content. This will have the main response, skipping all the metadata. So I'll just go with GPT 4.0 model over here. Yeah, that's good. Saving it, and to run this it's going to be node space filename.js. So as you can see we have got a warning over here and we have got the response perfectly. So to avoid this warning we have to add this to our package.json. So I will go here, package.json, put a comma, and I'm just going to add this, saving it, and let me just rerun it now, and boom, we have got the response, the perfect one line story. Yeah, one sentence bedtime story. That's amazing. Now we need to create a endpoint using Express and then directly send our prompt rather than hard coding it over here. So for that we need to import Express. So it's going to be import Express from Express within single quotes, and next we will be creating our Express variable. This is going to be const app equal to Express, open circular bracket, and we will be using app.use express.json because we are going to deal with JSON data. Alright, so it's going to be app.use express, which is this particular thing that we have imported. It's going to be .json. Alright, we need to have this, and next we can create our endpoint. This is going to be a post endpoint, so it's going to be app.post. It's going to be single quote slash generate, and as usual we'll be having our functions. Let me have it as async, the callback function. It's going to be request comma response and open curly bracket. Now we need to access the prompt that we are sending from our postman's request body. Alright, we need to get this particular prompt. So for that, to access it, we will be getting that here. Now we need to just store it in a variable. So it's going to be const curly bracket. Inside that you can just have it as prompt, something like this. So we are directly destructuring the prompt from the request.body. It's going to be request.body. and you can just have a check. If the prompt is not there, you can just throw an error. So now we are just going to like put this particular completion code inside that. What we are going to do is we can just cut this client. We don't need client inside the app.post, so we can just put it on top like this. But we will be having this const chat completion, right? This entire stuff we can just cut it and put it inside our app.post. Rather than hard coding the prompt like this, we will be giving the prompt variable that we are having. So we can just pass prompt, remove all this stuff. It's going to be prompt. That's it. Rather than hard coding it, we can just like have this in a much more generic way. And here we are consoling the response that we get. We don't have to console or do that. We can just pass the response back to Postman. So for that, it's going to be response dot JSON and curly bracket. It's going to be response. This is just a key that I'm having, response colon, and we can just copy this particular thing that we are console logging. You can just have it in a variable if you want. I'm just directly passing it. So this will basically send the response that we get from this variable to our Postman's response. And for good practice, you can just have it inside a try block and add a error message inside the catch block if any error is supposed to happen. Apart from that, this code is perfect. And final thing is we need to start our Node.js server. So for that, we'll be using app.listen, and inside this we need to pass the port number, which is going to be 3000, the most famous port number. And we'll just have a arrow function console.log server on 3000. You can just have some console like this. Yeah, that's pretty good. And if you want, you can just have a max token option over here. In case if you don't want to spend a lot of tokens, you can just have a max tokens. That's totally up to you. So now let's just start our server. Yeah, server on 3000. Now let me go to Postman. I'll just create one from scratch. It's going to be post operation, because here we have given the operation as post, and we need to have the localhost path. So I'll just go and copy it from here. So just type this. It's going to be http :/localhost and colon. Next we need to specify the port number. In our case it's 3000, and next just copy this path, put it over here and put a slash. That's it. Next we need to pass the prompt. So go to body, raw, change this to JSON, and here you need to pass this within curly bracket. Hit enter. It's going to be double quotes prompt colon, and inside this you will be passing the prompt that you want. So I will just go with 3-line poem about AI. Okay, and let me just send this. So 200, and we have got the response, and this is first line, second line, and third line. So we got the response. So this particular thing is coming in the response. So that's a video, guys. This is how you use it, and do check the playlist of my channel. Done a lot of videos in programming and AI tools, Gemini AI, OpenAI, and other stuff. Subscribe me. Thanks for watching.